so glad I was drunk when I did that. No one's ever done that. And number three, how can you look at someone who's a crackhead and be like, I want to be like that? Like, how do you look at someone who's a crackhead, like, hey, what's up, bro? And then you're like, yeah, that's my role model. Yeah, no, Pookie, that's who I want to be. You can't think of drugs like it's fun. There's a lot of things to do to have fun. Just being around each other. Like, how many of you guys go, what school do you guys go to? What school? I have no idea what you just said. Listen. What school? Name one school. What school? Taft? Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Hold on. Let's start with Taft. Taft is the most dangerous school in LA. It's like the most gangster school in LA. Because all the good kids are in there, and then all the essays of MS-13 are in the school too, and they're teachers. I don't understand that. You gotta be careful, like, when you go to this school, you can't fall for tricks. Like, when you look at the kids that use drugs, do you look up to them? No, because those aren't the kids getting good grades. Those aren't the kids who are doing good in sports. Those aren't the kids who are, like, good looking. Because all the drug kids, they're always ugly looking. It's real, right? Like the druggy kids. You know what I'm saying? Right? Yeah, he used to be good looking, guys, and then stories. He had hair. No, I'm kidding, he's Persian. All Persians are bald. Listen, you laugh, all of you are young, you're gonna be bald soon too. Who doesn't speak Farsi? Who here doesn't speak Farsi? Like, you don't speak Farsi? Okay, everyone else speaks Farsi? Okay, and who doesn't speak Farsi? Make some noise if you don't speak Farsi. پس ما میتونیم پرسن تا حرف بذاریم مثلا I'm kidding, what's up? You don't even know what I'm saying? Listen! That's what Persians, that's what they call us. That's what they call foreigners. That's what they call foreigners. But you're not even foreign. Like, Persian people came here from Iran and started calling Americans Khariji. That doesn't even make sense. It doesn't make sense. Khariji means foreigner. So they come here and call, it doesn't make sense. That's why, just like drugs doesn't make sense. That's what it comes down to. If something doesn't make sense, then why would you do it? Right? If something's stupid, and it seems stupid, why would you do that? And if you're like, well, everyone else is doing it, that's not true. Look around this room. Nobody here is doing it, and that's a lot of people. And there's a lot of people here that are going to be like future doctors. Yeah. And future lawyers? No, not you. Alright, you're the smartest one? What's your name? Adam. What's up, Adam? Adam. See what I mean? Like, Adam, you're going to be a dentist one day. Or a doctor, or a lawyer, or an engineer. Here's the thing. Yeah, I'm a comedian, but I also have a law degree. So listen, here's the thing. You're going to want to go, like, let's say you're a doctor. Do you want to go to a doctor that used to use drugs? Like, is that the doctor you want trusted in your life? No! That's not even a thing. That doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. You don't want to go to a lawyer that used to use crack. Because that guy's going to lose, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's tough because you're in high school right now. You're in high school. I know about, I watched 13 Reasons Why. I know. Yeah, bro. 13 Reasons Why. And it's like, this is your tape. You know what I'm saying? You watched it? It was sad. And here's the thing. One of the things you should be careful about drugs is like, things like suicide are real. And it's not funny. It's not a joke. But that girl should never have committed suicide. She had the best life ever. And that show. Yes, she did. She was in high school. She didn't even have acne. Like, yo, I had a zit one time. I wanted to kill myself. Do you understand? Yeah, but you have to be stronger. It doesn't matter. You can be strong and be a survivor. People use drugs to ease the pain. No, use love. Use your parents' love to ease the pain. That's what it's about. Yeah. And she had her parents' love. Her parents told her they love her like 27 times in one show. My Bubba said, I love you one time, and it was to my little sister, and it was supposed to count for all of us. You know? He didn't say, and he didn't even say, I love you. He just was like, I asked my dad one time, I was like, Bubba, do you love me? And he was like, of course I love you. I was like, yo, my dad loves me. Bubba loves me. So right now, whenever you're having a hard time, you have to understand your best friend is sitting right there. Look at all these parents that are here, like, supporting you. Go to your best friend. And sometimes I know it's hard to talk to Persian parents because they're hard, they're tough. They're tough people to talk to. They're not easy. You know, because like Persian parents, like American parents are easy to talk to, I feel like, right? American parents like, oh my God, did you just fall, Susie? Are you okay? Yo, when I would fall, my mama would be like, shut off, Susie, Sammy. And then, like, well, I was like, why are you hitting me? I fell. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta understand. But do you know why? Because they do that, because they love you so much, it breaks their heart. They want to make sure that you're safe forever. So Persian parents love their kids more than any other parents. That's why they worry about you all the time. They worry all the time. All Persian parents do is worry. Even now, when I want to leave the house, Baba will jump out of nowhere. Like I'm leaving the house, he will pop up like a ninja out of nowhere. And be like, oh my God, Tehran, you're leaving? Like he says it like I'm never coming back. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're leaving? Like, Baba, I'm leaving. And then he's always like, like he says it like he's so worried because all they do is watch the news. All they do is watch the news. All they do is watch, and it can't be good news. It has to be bad news. If it's good news, they will change the channel and find bad news somewhere. And be like, how much tasira arabas? They love it. That's what I'm saying, because they're worried. They're worried about you. Because they love you, because they watch the news. They watch the news and it scares them. When they watch the news, it scares them because they don't want it to happen to you. And you don't watch the news. Like, I'm like, Bubba, I'm going to go to the mall. And he's like, to the mall? I'm like, Bubba, I'm leaving. I'll be in Malaysia this time of night. I'm like, but nigga, it is 3 in the afternoon. Can I live? But he watches the news, so he's like, don't go to the mall. Do you know what happened at the mall? Do you know what happened? 2 little girls, 8 years old. They were both gonna be doctors. 2 little girls, they're going to the mall, and then they're getting murdered and kidnapped and then killed. At the mall. Because they always make it like it's the scariest thing ever, you know what I'm saying? And I don't watch the news. I'm like, Bubba, which mall? Like, that's crazy. 2 little girls, 8 years old, they're both gonna be doctors? How do you even know that? 2 little girls went to the mall, and then they got murdered, and then kidnapped, and then killed? At the mall? Which mall? Like Century City? Beverly Center? And no, in Nigeria, Bubba, it's on the news. And then when you decide to go, they're like, okay, go, stay there, don't ever come home. Sleep there. Like, why? Yeah, why can't there be an in-between? But the reason is because all the hair, see Bubba right there, the catch-out Bubba? Catch-out Bubba? Hi, catch-out Bubba. He's got Bubba head. He's got Bubba, because from the back, all Bubbas look like that. You know what I'm saying? This one has a lot of hair. That's a beautiful life, yeah. What happened to you, bro? You should have pointed at her, like, yeah. Catch out, Bubba. All that hair fell off because of you guys, man. He had hair. Show them pictures when you had hair. He had hair down to here. And then he had a kid and all that hair just fell out because he's worried about you guys all the time. Because this is the thing. When you have kids, you'll realize like they raise you when you're at home. They can only do so much. The rest of the time it's up to you. The rest of the time it's up to you to make the right decisions on your own. Because catch out Bubba isn't always there. He's not always there to make decisions for you. He's not always going to be there to tell you what to do and what not to do. The only thing he can do is teach you right from wrong. And you all know right from wrong, because when you're wrong, you know you're going to get in trouble. And you know when you do something wrong, catch out Bubba's at home waiting. And we all know when we go home and we do something wrong and we know we're going to get in trouble, what do? We act like we're sleeping even if it's 4 in the afternoon. We just sleep. Because catch out Bubba's never going to wake us up to yell at us unless it's really bad. So you know right from wrong. And you know that alcohol and drugs are wrong. And it doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter if you're 13, 18, 21. Whenever you use anything and you don't know the effects, it's wrong. Like even if you drink too much water, you drown. So when people drink alcohol and they get drunk and they get wasted, the chances of something bad happening to you keeps going up and up and up. So 1 drink, 50% chance more something bad's gonna happen. 2 drinks, now you're at 75. Once you hit 3 drinks, you're dead. Like anything happens, it's gonna be your fault. So you guys, even though you guys are kids, a lot of you have you've had bar mitzvahs and bat mitzvahs, you're supposed to be adults now, right? Yeah, exactly. I'm Black, Persian, and Jewish. Yeah, I was circumcised like 15 times, you understand? Like, you go through a process of becoming an adult. So now that you're an adult, you have to understand the decision is ultimately yours. It's not theirs. It's not theirs, it's your decision. So you have to decide that you don't want to use drugs. Not because they told you not to, but because you don't want to use it. You don't want to use it. You don't want to use something that's potentially going to hurt you. You don't want to use something that's potentially going to hurt your family. You don't want to use something that's potentially going to hurt other people. You don't want to use something that's going to potentially hurt your friends. And most of all, you don't want to use something that's going to potentially hurt your life. Your life, like forever. So when it comes to drugs and alcohol, the easiest thing to do is just go the other way. And what's even more hard is if you see a friend. If you see a friend who's using it, it's not always easy to help your friend out because you're like, what can I do? What you can do is talk to them. What you can do is tell their parents. And even though they might not like you today because you said something, tomorrow they'll appreciate you. They'll appreciate you because I'm sure there are people who talk to you on the panel that wish they had a good friend who would say something to them. Who would say something to them. Who would have said, hey, what are you doing? This is stupid. This is wrong. Nobody looks cool when they're drunk. Nobody. Nobody looks cool when they're high. How many high people do you know just are so stupid? Like, marijuana people are like, hey, bro, what's up? Hey, man, what's up? Like, that's not cool. What's cool is becoming a successful individual and member of your community. And that's what it's about, is anytime you use drugs and alcohol, you're not just hurting yourself, you're hurting the whole community. And you don't want to do that. Because Catch Out Bubba is waiting. Look at Catch Out Bubba, he's waiting, look at him. See, look. And then, Persian parents, they don't really hit you. They hit you a little, it's like, like but what they do that's even worse is they talk to you forever. Like it never stops. You understand? They talk to you until what? Until you turn over and you're like, Bubba, just hit me, please. I'm sorry. See, I had a black mom. Black moms hit. Black moms hit. Everybody thinks we're pimping. No, I'm limping. This shit hurts. Like, I'm still hurt. But you shouldn't just be afraid of what your parents say. You should be aware of why they are saying it. You should be aware of why they're saying it. Because ultimately, the only thing your parents want is the best lives for each and every one of you. Yeah. Because they have cars, they have houses, they have everything they've done. It's only for you. You are their biggest investment. So anytime you think or wonder, do your parents love you? Just remember, they have invested their entire lives into you. So you're more important than everything else that they own in the entire world. Because everything they do is just for you. So anytime you're like, Bubba, do you love me? Yeah, do you have lights on? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the same lights that you're not allowed to use. Yeah, because if my dad was here right now, he'd be like, like, he'd freak out, like, why do we have the lights on? Like, he says crazy things. One time I was in the bathroom, and my dad goes, turn the lights off. I'm like, Baba, manito, Baba, manito, there's nothing to look at. So my whole thing is right now, this is what I want from all of you. Everybody who pledges to say no to drugs and irresponsible alcohol use, I want you to stand up right now. If you're gonna pledge, like, be honest, you don't lie. Everybody who's pledging, look, don't stand up because you think I want you to. Stand up because you want to. You know what I'm saying? And I want you. Hey, Bubba, you guys are all druggies and alcoholics? My name is Bashi. Khadiji left. Good time to go to the bathroom, Carolyn. What's her name? Ashley. Ashley! Where are you going, Ashley? So listen. I want you to all, right now, all of you together, say, I say no to drugs and alcohol.
I say no to drugs and alcohol.
I make my parents proud.
I make my parents proud.
And more importantly than all of that, I want you all to say, I make myself proud.
I make myself proud.
Because I want you to be... No, we're done. Listen. You can all sit down. Because the most important thing that today is about is honestly about making yourself proud. And proud of the decisions that you decide to make for yourself. For yourself, no one else. Decisions you make for yourself. And if you think you'd be proud to be a druggie or an alcoholic, you're wrong. There's nothing cool about it. Nothing. I've seen some of the worst things happen to kids that use drugs, and I've seen some of the worst things happen to kids that drink alcohol and they're crazy. And when we were talking about what happened in 13 Reasons Why, a lot of alcohol played a big part in a lot of things that they decided. And that's why, the reason why we watch shows like that is so that we become better people ourselves. Distracted driving, texting and driving? Oh, we're talking about texting and driving?
Start over.
Okay. Distracted driving. I'm not the best person to talk about this. I was just texting on the way here, trying to figure out how to get here. But it's wrong. Bad things happen when you text and drive. Yo, you know there's a commercial? Have you seen that commercial where the girl, like the mom is reading the last text that, you seen that? Yeah, and he was like, there's a text, and he was like, my daughter was texting and driving, and this is the text that she sent. Hey, Karen, I'm almost there. And she sent that text, and she died. That was sad. I never want to be in that situation. Because, you know, the stuff that I text people is horrible. Like, if I died and my mom had to go read my last text on TV, it'd be like, and my son Tehran sent the last text to his friend, and it said, girl, you know you want this. Like, I don't want that to be my last thing to ever happen. So don't text and drive. And it's illegal. And it's against the law. What else are we talking about? Yeah, drinking. Look, I'm telling you, don't drink and drive. That's the easy stuff. Well, here's the thing. That's an easy thing to say. But like, I've never drank alcohol in my life, right? But that's my decision. But my brother and my sister, they're of age and they drink, but they drink responsibly. My thing is this, don't get into a bad pattern of anything. You shouldn't. And you shouldn't be drinking until it's legal age anyway, because it's a zero tolerance. After under 21, it's zero tolerance. Like, if you're 18, 19, 20, if your birthday is tomorrow and you get caught with alcohol in your system, you will go to jail. And you will lose a lot. And more importantly, you'll lose money. Like, it costs a lot to deal with DUIs and driving under the influence, especially underage, and you lose your license, and then you lose driving, and then when you lose driving, you lose girls. Listen, you don't want that to happen. So be smart, make smart decisions. And when I'm saying this, is do it for yourself. Do it for yourself. What else are we talking about? So I'm going to open the floor up now to any questions. Any questions? I was born in Washington, D.C. Yeah. I was born in Washington, D.C., but my dad's from Tehran, so he named me Tehran. Just so I could get stopped at the airport. I don't know why. But he named me Tehran, and my dad's from Tehran, he named me Tehran, and like, every night I thank God my dad wasn't from Qazvin, because that's like a city in Iran. It's like West Hollywood of Iran. The next question. Do I have Instagram? Yes. My Instagram is @IamTehran. And I will not be Instagramming and driving because it's illegal. Question. Definitely not adding you on Snapchat. Next question. Possibly adding that kid on Snapchat. I'm 29. 29, yo. Are you single? Yo, are you trying to marry me, bro? Maybe. Question in the back. What? Next all-Persian lineup at Laugh Factory is probably my birthday. My birthdays are crazy. In February. Hold on, one at a time. Stop. Yeah, I have a cool one. Any other questions? I got 2 more questions. The reason, okay, so I have a law degree, and I went to school, I have a master's in economics, and I have a law degree. I went to Georgetown Law. The reason I decided to comedy is because now that I have my education, I'm going to pursue my passion. But it's always good to have an education so that A, you're intelligent. No one ever says, I wish I did not have an education. Even the rappers that you listen to, trust me, they're educated more than you know, and if not, their managers and the people that actually own those record labels are all very educated people. Number two, I wanted to have a law degree for myself. And then I decided to follow comedy for myself.
Wait, how did your dad react when you did that?
My dad still doesn't know that I'm not going to be a doctor. I told him, I was like, "Are baba mekham doktor basham."
Are you a Drake's fan?
I'm Drake's ghostwriter on the weekends. No, Drake's my boy. I've never ghostwritten one thing for him.
Have you talked to him?
Yes. All the black Jews hang out. We all hang out.
You look like...
No, my dad was actually very supportive because I always demonstrated that I made good decisions, and I also went to school and got my degree, and so my parents are very supportive, and your parents, if you think about it, are very supportive of you too, as long as you're doing good things. What's your both question?
What's the pink thing in your pocket?
Yeah.
It's my keys, so I don't lose them. See? Yeah, of course I am. His name is Pink Thing in My Pocket, actually. I don't know. So that's what it is. Guys, thank you guys for having me. I hope you all enjoy the rest of my No, hold on. Before we go, when I say Tehran, Tehran, everyone needs to say Tehran. Tehran, Tehran. That's how we roll. Bye, guys. Have a good night.